Do you see any there? So what is commercial value and why is it hiding? You see any, Bambi? Come on, let's go find it. Commercial value is what's going to get somebody to purchase your image, especially if we're talking stock photography. It's the usage value. How is that photo going to be used and why would somebody pay for it? So when I talk about commercial value, that's what I'm referring to. It's the sellability of an image, of a product. Why are we filming commercial value outdoors in nature? And I mean, look at this. It is a beautiful day. Why wouldn't I want to be outside? Summer's coming to an end. We got a few more weeks. The weather's changing. It's a little bit cooler, but this is a beautiful time to be outside. So let me make the best out of it. Let's find a random subject and find the commercial value of that subject and make some images that I think are going to sell as stock photos. I think I found the perfect subject. If you follow my channel, you know that at least once a year I make a video about going out into the woods and finding huckleberries. And these are going to be the perfect subject for this video because number one, they're delicious, and number two, these berries are a very big part of the Northwest culture. They grow in Oregon, Northern California, Idaho, Washington, Alaska, Montana. So there's a lot of people that are looking for images with huckleberries. They're in products, they're in foods. You can eat them raw. So that's 3 separate uses right there. But who's buying these photos? You have to think about that so that you can make the images that someone's gonna buy. Let's think a little bit more about the products. So you can make soaps, you can make creams, lotions, you can make all kinds of stuff with these berries. I'm not interested in that. I'm a food photographer, so let's go back into the food aspect. And these things you can use everywhere. So I'm gonna do some images with food. And actually, I'm already done some. As a food photographer, I have speed lights, I have diffusers, I have soft boxes, I have all kinds of tools. But for this video, I only use that light and this $30 light modifier. It's not staying on me. This is the only light source and diffuser that I used for these photos. Some of them look great. They have that glow, that brightness from the sun, from the warmth from this, and other ones are just blah. I shot those on a cloudy day, and now you can see side by side how important the light is. You need a good source of light. You can have a window, anything to do food photography, a good window with a curtain or something like this that will really help you get that highlights and get that even lighting to make the images look good. But let's go back to the steps and how to do and how to find the commercial value of whatever you're shooting. So who's buying these photos? All right, so any vlogger that's talking, any blogger that's talking about food, that's talking about the Northwest culture, anyone looking into huckleberry recipes. So you can make recipes that are way out there. You can make food that no one's ever heard about before. And just because they have the name huckleberry, somebody might be interested. And if you have a whole selection, like a large selection of items, then more people are gonna find those photos. First tip, or third tip, I don't know, I lost count. The first thing you have to do is learn about that subject because you want your photos to be authentic. So let's go pick some berries and then we'll finish the video. Picking that cup took about an hour, and this is what I was saying about authentic photos. If you look at my hands, they're purple. That's what happens when you pick berries. So when you do photos showing berries in your hand, you need to have authentic fingers. The photo's gonna look more authentic and more people are gonna realize that you were actually picking berries and not just posing with a handful of berries. So again, learning about the subject you're photographing. The next thing you want to do is put yourself in the buyer's shoes. Like, what are they thinking? How are they going to use the photos? Make it real looking images are really going to help you. And this doesn't have to be with berries. This could be with anything you're photographing. If you're photographing a model for stock, what is this person doing? What are you trying to sell? What does this model represent? And how is that photo going to be used? So these are the things we got to keep in mind every time we try to do a stock photo shoot, is how the final image is going to get used. And this that I'm doing here is a great exercise, and that's what I like about it. It gets me thinking how to make photos that are going to sell. So you always start with your basics. The berries on a white background, on a natural background, action shots, picking them, showing them on your hands, concepts, doing a heart shape every season. Every time the berries come into season, when they're ripe, that photo sells over and over again. And then I thought, let me include it in food, and that's where this video came in. I was inspired by a lot of the chefs in the Northwest. I've seen a lot of restaurants that have a huckleberry barbecue sauce. So I did the ribs. Then this is another appetizer I eat all the time with the endive and blue cheese and toasted pine nuts. And I said, why not add a huckleberry balsamic and some fresh huckleberries, which by the way was awesome. And a little bit of olive oil too, don't forget that. Then I did a bone-in ribeye with the huckleberry port reduction. And because I'm in the Northwest, I did potatoes and a little bit of asparagus for color. The meat and potatoes is a big seller here in the Northwest, so why not use your unfair advantage or something that I know about the Northwest and the culture and what we like to eat here. The image doesn't look amazing because it started raining as I was taking the photo, but it was a really good experiment and something that I'm gonna do again. Then the other picture that I really like, and this one I had direct sunlight with the diffuser that I mentioned earlier, and this was a beef tenderloin s'mores. I stole the idea from a chef in North Idaho, Candle in the Woods, great restaurant. Chef David does this elk s'mores. So he takes the graham cracker, whatever he uses, puts a chocolate elk and then a marshmallow on top and melts it. I mixed the chocolate with the huckleberry reduction and then did fresh huckleberries as a garnish. It was awesome. But this is how your wheels start turning, and you get to learn a little bit more about the object you're photographing, which, by the way, there's a dried bush down there that I need to go water, so excuse me for a sec. Oh yeah, and don't forget about the huckleberry burger. This was inspired by a restaurant in Montana where they took huckleberry elk meatballs with huckleberries inside of them. They were awesome, so I figured why not make a burger? It was really good. Now again, the photo was just blah because there was no light, so it does need a little bit of oomph. The photos that have the sunlight with the diffuser, they look awesome. The diffuser was only 30 bucks and it really helps when you're doing food photography. Direct sunlight is great. You can see where the shadow is going to be. You can adjust your composition. It's a great way to do it when you don't have to guess where your speed lights and where the lights are going to go. So I want you guys to let me know what your unfair advantage is. What do you know about? What subject do you know about that you can make images like this and focus on that sellability and that commercial value that you can make images that are going to sell? If you made it this far into the video, I want to let you know I'm working on a very large project. I just ordered a camera today. I'm excited, a new camera with 3 lenses. This is gonna be awesome. I'm working on quite a few different things. I'm gonna pick a few more berries and then I'll make the Wednesday photo review video. But keep in mind, if I skip a week or two, I have a lot going on right now because I really wanna get this project off the ground before the end of the year. And I think it's gonna help a lot of people. Making 4 videos a week is taking a lot of time. Remember, I filmed these videos both in English and Spanish, and then I edit both in English and Spanish, and that's taking a long time. Again, guys, think about your unfair advantage, what you know that nobody else does, and how you can apply this to your photography, finding that commercial value. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and like I said, if I miss a week or two, don't be alarmed, I'm still here. I just got a lot going on. I'm really excited about this new camera and things. Bye.